Even though I'm pretty sure that God, the heavenly creator, spends most of his free time sat on a throne of gold, half-heartedly throwing lightning bolts into a waste paper basket. Apparently the WWE thinks that he's a wrestler in his spare time, which can be the only logical explanation for why, in one wrestling match in 2006, God himself was listed as one of the rostered wrestlers.
The actual WWE?
Yes, the WWE. Not the WWF with all the pandas, the WWE. Not only was it a scheduled event for a pay-per-view for 2006 for Backlash, it also starred their CEO, Vince McMahon, and his son.
I don't care who you are. She's not.
Don't tell me you don't care who I am. I'm Vince McMahon. You gotta care who I am, pal.
So how did that come about?
Well, at the time, Vince McMahon was having a feud with face kick aficionado Shawn Michaels, and he challenged him to a handicap match with his son. For anyone unfamiliar with wrestling, a handicap match is where two wrestlers fight one or three wrestlers fight one. Basically, it's a imbalance between the number of wrestlers in the ring, not a fight between people with physical or mental difficulties.
So Shawn Michaels was fighting two people?
Yes, but Vince McMahon, he's not an unfair guy, so he gave Shawn Michaels a partner in the form of God.
Why God?
Well, at the time, Shawn Michaels was behind the scenes. He'd just become a born-again Christian, and Vince McMahon wanted to work into a shoot somehow, so he asked Shawn Michaels, like, do you mind if we bring your new faith into a wrestling match? Shawn Michaels was like, yeah, that's fine. So Vince McMahon created this whole thing where basically he just acted like a dick towards Shawn Michaels and started mocking the fact he'd found God. And that culminated in saying, if your faith is so strong, God will be your partner in this wrestling match versus me and my real son.
Me versus you and God. You have finally gone completely insane.
That in itself is pretty offensive. But I guess they could have saved it if they made it so that it was Shawn Michaels' faith in God that was going to be his partner. But no. Wrestling isn't an entertainment source known for its subtlety. So when Vince McMahon announced that Shawn Michaels' only partner in their handicap match was going to be God, this happened. So if you can't tell what's happening there, that is God, represented by a beam of light, being accompanied by a chorus of angels, making his way to the ring. As if that wasn't ridiculous enough, while this is happening, Vince McMahon looks on as if someone is trying to slowly insert a pine cone into his asshole. While that image is still in your head, just remember that Vince McMahon arranged for that to happen.
That's amazing.
Yeah, you don't have a fucking half it, mate, because when God is about a third of the way down to the ring, Vince McMahon tells him to stop. And of course, the Alpha and the Omega does what Vince McMahon says, because even God knows that you don't break character in the middle of a match.
Oh, right there, hold it, stop it. Stop the music. Oh, stop it.
Vince McMahon goes to God and criticises him for his lack of style. And then, out of nowhere, starts breaking it the absolute fuck down. Just think of what was going through Vince McMahon's head when he arranged this. It's like, he's there with his writers. How do we represent God?
Get a guy in a costume.
No, that'd be offensive. How about a beam of light? God is an intangible concept. We shouldn't give it physical form. That's great, Vince. And then I should tell it to stop. Okay, Vince, maybe you're getting a bit off. And then I should dance. Vince, maybe no. And then I should start mocking God. Vince, maybe no. Then I should make God dance.
Wait, God dances in it?
Oh yeah, because that's it. Yeah.
You didn't mention that.
No, yeah. God dances because Vince McMahon, when he starts dancing, he criticises God's lack of style because it's just a beam of light walking straight. He goes, "Where's your style, God?" And then he starts showing him doing this stupid fucking dance in the middle of the ring. And the same song starts playing, and the beam of light starts jerking from side to side as if it's working the crowd.
McMahon wants God to get jiggy with it.
It gets better because obviously God has to get into the ring. So God gets into the ring, and what does Vince do? God's a pretty powerful dude. He's got a lot of magic powers. The Vince tells the referee to check him for weapons.
Go check him out.
He's asking the referee to check God.
Here's the thing, remember, this all happened and millions of people paid to watch it. What I don't get though is how Vince didn't manage to burst into flames because not only is he pissed off God, so he could just he could throw a lightning bolt down and like singe his ass, but then just his giant swollen ego, the friction of it rubbing at the sides of the stadium must have caused some heat build-up. But I don't think that would have been a problem because I think we've established by now that Vince McMahon could beat fire in a wrestling match. I was going to end this piece with a joke about wrestling being fake, but after researching it and watching those clips, I've never wanted anything in my life to be more real, if only so we can try and find out what God's finishing move would be.
Whoa, wait a minute. On second thought, you know what, God? Bring it.
Let's finish up with our like, comment, subscribe bit.
Well, if you did like that video, then you would press like. But if you didn't like that video and you got something to say, you might comment. But at the same time, if you quite liked it enough that you want to see another one, you might subscribe. You should probably do that.
What do you think God's finishing move would be?
Oh, without a doubt, it'd be the Old Testament. I think it'd be called the Old Testament. It'd just be a giant lightning bolt. They've established that they can do that in wrestling, because they did it with The Undertaker.
See, I reckon you'd have the 10 plagues.
Oh, and then they just dump someone.
Just one by one, dumping these things into the ring.
Oh, that'd be a good one. Or the 10 Commandments. It's just a giant brick, just comes down and lands
He
on.
just picks up this commandment, holds it, and then smashes it.
Yeah, just over the head like a chair. Maybe we could do the parting of the Red Sea. So they just go, and everyone just goes to either side of the ring and then smashes them together. Do you like a wall of death at a metal concert? Look with the Jacob ladder. And you could climb up the ladder, and then it's like the beam of light comes down and elbow drops, maybe. Like the Randy Savage elbow drop assisted by the light.
Are we assuming that the light is the character, or would they bring an actual god in?
I'm assuming that it'd be like that Invisible Wrestler for the heavy metal weight championship, where it's just people react as if the guy's there. Well, people do it. There's a wrestling league. I don't know. It's a wrestling title, the Iron heavy metal weight championship, where one of the title holders was an Invisible Man, and people just pretended to get hit by him. And then he was beaten by a guy putting on a pair of goggles and a ray gun and just shooting him.
Oh, there's something leading up to Revelations that brings the dead back to life.
Bring back dead wrestlers. Oh, that'd be a good one. Bring in just like shitty old dead wrestlers and then put someone in fake, crappy zombie makeup and make them do the wrestling for him. We all know what the ultimate finishing move would be. He'd just bring in people and just crucify you. And instead of getting put through the table, you get put through the cross. So it's not the table that's set up, it's the cross in between two chairs. Like you get chokeslammed into the cross. That's it. That's the finisher.
God didn't do the crucifying.
Yeah, but he's probably pretty pissed about it. He's probably itching to try it on someone after they did it to his kid. No. I know what the ultimate finishing move would be. You would just get your wife pregnant. Do you know what he does to Joseph? He just impregnates your wife. You get a phone call. Your wife's been rushed to hospital while she's pregnant. What, God did it? You son of a bitch!